You know, Devil May Cry really isn't that hard. As a franchise, Devil May Cry is known for its high-intensity, fast-paced combat and ruthless fluid combos. As far as I know, at least. I'm actually starting from the beginning here myself. And what a beginning it is! While the game that introduces our favorite sassy demon-slaying boy may lack the intensity and depth of its predecessors, except you, DMC2, I know what you are. It makes up for it with its immersive atmosphere, horrifying, that's a compliment, worlds, and, underwater levels. Whose fucking idea was this?
Real classy. I should probably play this safe.
Can I help?
Wanna blow up hell?
To make a long story short, our big bad is this guy called Mundus, who happens to be the king of hell and was previously sealed away by Sparda. New mom Trish brings us to the entrance of Malay Island and promptly dips the fuck out, allowing us to finally play the game. Moving on through the castle, you'll find yourself coming to a sculpture with a sword stuck in its chest. Here you receive Alastor, your main sword, and witness hands down one of the best cutscenes in the game. Now that you have Alastor, you can immediately put it away while you grab the emergency shotgun hidden under a table and let it carry you to our first boss, the giant lava spider Phantom.
Yet another twink. I hope for bigger, but you'll do nicely.
Just curious, will I get candy if I break open that big body of yours?
You weak, pathetic thing. I'll split you in half.
Phantom is our first boss, so naturally he's pretty easy.
You've never stood a chance, twink.
Alright, now that shit's personal, let's try this again. Phantom's got two weak spots, namely his face and backside. However, he's entirely immune to gunfire. He'll occasionally shoot fireballs from his mouth with a visible charge up, making a great opportunity to use the Stinger ability to plunge your sword into his big ugly mouth. With a little bit of elbow grease and a lot of jump attacks, we stand over our first defeated boss. Fortunately, you'll never have to see him again, so with that handled, we— Yeah, fucking right! He immediately ambushes you! Running away is bitch made though, so you're gonna tighten your thong, activate your devil trigger, and squash this bug! Naturally, there is no rest for the wicked. From there, you'll deal with one of the most annoying enemies in the game, fall down some stairs, grab a thing, stab a statue, and meet your next boss, Angelo, the Dark Knight. Hello, handsome. And just who are you supposed to be?
I'm you, Dante, but better in every way.
Your quest ends here.
Badass opening. It's refreshing to finally find someone with guts.
Unsheath your blade and run this fade, brother.
Wait, what was that last part?
Time to join Daddy Dearest in hell!
Unlike Phantom, this new rival does not fuck around. Angelo possesses swordsmanship equal to Dante, even using the same techniques. On top of this, he's able to block your attacks, teleport, and fire off ranged attacks. Additionally, this fight takes 3 phases. Once you lower his health enough, he'll teleport to a new section of the arena. He's a sneaky bastard, so be careful. When you jump up to meet him, he might catch you on the landing. Nero is a lot tougher than Phantom, and you might die. Again, and again, And again. But like running away, giving up is bitch made. You know, until he beats your ass in the cutscene immediately after. However, while Dante's hands may be lacking, his plot armor certainly isn't. After losing in fisticuffs, Dante is pinned to the wall and things are looking grim. That is, however, until our enemy suffers a brain aneurysm after seeing Dante's amulet and teleports away. Left to ponder what that meant, you jump down some stairs to find yourself in the sewers. After narrowly avoiding a malaria infection, you'll be ambushed once more by Phantom, where you will kick his ass, before moving on to Big Ugly's final stand against you.
Playtime is over, Twink. Up here, we've got plenty of space to get nasty.
With Phantom out of the picture, you can grab the grenade launcher on the path to the Coliseum, home of a couple significant things. The badass flaming gauntlet weapon, Ifrit, and our next boss... Wait, it's just a fucking bird? I don't think that's how that's... Okay, moving on! Griffon's actually pretty easy. He's gonna throw some lightning tripwires, make bombing runs, and do some normal bird shit. You can also jump on the red circles he spawns, but I find it more effective to stay on the ground, so you can build up Devil Trigger with your grenade launcher and then shred him with Air Raid. With Griffon handle for now, you'll make your way into fucking Silent Hill, fight some puppets, navigate the Lost Woods, and kill some spiders to make your way to the Chalice.
Guess who? Peekaboo.
This fight is kind of ass. Not only is his damage higher, but he's also tag teaming you with a new challenger. The fucking camera. More often than not, you're gonna have to chase him down off screen because of his teleporting. So aside from this new, unintentional form of difficulty, the flow of the fight is about the same. The Stinger ability is pretty good for closing gaps, especially if he's off camera, and Air Raid, as always, is your best friend. Once you deal with him, Dante makes his way to a ghost ship. Just trust the process. You're introduced to the underwater controls here, as well as acquire the needle gun, but we'll get back to that after committing a second count of animal abuse. Conceptually, this is a good fight. The ship offers a lot of verticality, and Griffon can now send you flying into the air, which could make for a very interesting battle flow. However, this game gives you negative air control, so you'll probably never actually land on a sail mast. This fight is not Super Princess Peach. It's Duck Hunt for the Nintendo 64. With that handled, once you grab the Staff of Hermes, the ship begins to sink and you enter the definitive worst part of the game. The underwater section. Seriously, whose fucking idea was this? You can only swim forward with an absurdly slow turn speed, and your only source of self-defense is the needle gun, which... I've truly never felt more engaged. After escaping the watery horrors of bad gameplay, you'll go back to the Coliseum. You can grab the shitty last gun if you want, then go through one more quick dungeon before your final confrontation with Griffon. The fight starts out pretty much like the first, so your strategy will too. This changes, however, when Griffon remembers that he is in fact a bird and flies high out of reach while shooting you with lightning. This is where things get a little bit frustrating. The camera comes back for round 2 as you get pelted from above and desperately move to higher ground in order to shoot him down.
Fuck! 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 No! Help!
Nope.
Difficulty may vary. Once you rupture his organs with heavy-duty explosives, your fight will resume on the ground as God intended. However, in this phase, his attacks become much more intense. All of that in mind, you already know what we're gonna do.
Lightning! You truly possess Sparda's power. No, you have surpassed him. But for Master Mundus, I cannot let you live.
You could talk the whole time? Fuck. I had so many questions. All we have to do now is jump on this we just have to jump on the oh god. Jump on the pillar! Back to the castle, but with extra darkness and untold horrors. Upon returning to Phantom's old room, things look a bit different. There are switches on the wall, panel things on the floor, and a weird puddle in the middle. From the puddle emerges our true enemy, pollution. Upon letting the pollution consume you, you'll find yourself in fake hell. Blast the skulls, and a bigger, creepier skull will attack you. Blast it. After that, a weaker, bluer version of Phantom will show up. Blast him too and return to the surface. This is Nightmare, and he's... well, yes. His attacks can be anything from small needle-like projectiles to fucking hyper beam, which you'll probably want to dodge while shooting him until his weak spot shows up. As usual, air raid and repeat. Go outside, fly over the gap, and activate Mario 64. Jump into a painting, jump into another painting, and play some baseball. Admire the view. Fuck platforming, grab the ball, and move on. Waiting for you for the third time is our lovely friend, Nero Angelo. Guts and honor. I like it. Real shame you fight for Mundus, cause you remind me of someone.
Have I got news for you? Let's finish this, little brother.
As it turns out, and definitely wasn't obviously foreshadowed since the first encounter, Nero Angelo is actually Virgil, Dante's twin brother, under control by Mundus. His moveset, like before, is still mostly the same. His damage is even higher though, and if he catches you in a 3-hit combo, you might just die. So, don't do that. My personal strategy was press so many buttons he can't react. And it worked pretty well. So at the end of it all, with a lot of mashing and even more tears on my controller, Virgil is put out of his misery.
Kill him, Dante. Make him pay, little brother.
Happy birthday, boys. I love you.
With the addition of Virgil's amulet, ours is completed, granting us access to Hell and the legendary sword Sparda. Sparda can extend, and its base damage is roughly, if not equal to, Alistor's during Devil Trigger. However, Devil Trigger is unavailable while Sparda is equipped. While the incredible damage is nice, this is a dangerous trade-off, so we're still going to stick with Alistor for the most part. The heartbreak isn't over with Virgil though, as you've got 2 more emotional obstacles immediately ahead of you. Another underwater area, and our second bout with Nightmare. Same process. Smash skulls like pumpkins, clip zombie Griffon's wings, and return to the surface. It's got a few more tricks, but nothing is going to get its ass kicked any softer. Back to Mario 64, we get frisky and jump into not only a painting, but also a mirror before getting thrown into the octagon with some of the most genuinely horrifying enemies in this hellscape. Introduce their organs to the outside world, make your way back to the evil puddle, and...
Welcome to hell. Everything is flesh, and flesh is everything. You will be consumed willingly or die screaming.
Hell is horrifying. It's like one big, disgusting organism, and I fucking love it. Speaking of disgusting organisms, though, we soon arrive at our final duel with Nightmare.
Dante! I've fallen and I can't get up!
For the last time, jump into the sludge and hand out party favors to the children. Waiting for us this time is the shadow of Virgil. He's still weaker than the original, but a hefty step up from the previous fakes. With that out of the way, shit is now extra personal, so we're going to promptly extricate Nightmare's soul from his disgusting body.
Thunder! 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 Thundercats!
You idiot. Never trust a woman.
That sounds a little misogynistic.
Shut up and die!
And with that, my personal hell is prolonged. Only momentarily, though. Now that Nightmare is finally out of our silky white hair, all that's left is the big man himself. Mundus isn't far away. All that stands between him and us is a door that is, for some reason, unlocked by a giant heart. All you've got to do is find and activate a switch to get it pumping before you find yourself in the pristine, heavenly halls of his throne room. Hey, Mundus.
Hey, Dante.
Here to kill ya.
You're funny. Counterpoint, look behind you.
Trish!
Dante!
I'm such a dumbass.
I actually can't believe he fell for that. Anyway, gonna kill you now.
I'll save you! Ugh.
Holy Mundus, what the fuck? You barely know each other. You met, like, yesterday. God, this isn't even fun anymore. It's just weird. You're weird. You're a weirdo.
You wouldn't get it, Mundus. There's nothing weird about family.
You're not even actually family. She's not even your—
Come on out or no balls, Mundus.
You know, Dante, it's a good thing I can just make you a new mommy, because I'm about to sun your ass.
At long last, here we are. The final confrontation. Unfortunately, Mundus lives up to his reputation. He's fucking tough. The first phase of this fight shifts the gameplay to something more like Star Fox. Mundus is far away, firing projectiles at you while you need to get close and build up your Devil Trigger meter. In this phase, however, Devil Trigger is not a power-up. It's a single, high-damage attack where Dante transforms into a fucking dragon and charges Mundus. Don't get confident though, because after clearing the first phase, Mundus proceeds to swat us out of the air with a fucking meteor shower. The second phase is a bit more difficult. Alongside your gun of choice and Sparda, you can also shoot energy balls like in the first phase. Throughout the fight, Mundus is going to be spawning stone orbs around the arena. Destroy these to quickly fill your Devil Trigger gauge and go on the offensive. He'll also sometimes spawn a lava dragon, which you're going to want to kill for a health pickup. I'll reiterate, this fight is hard. Mundus is a bad motherfucker and he makes sure you know it. This fight was a learning experience for me. That is, I had my insides rearranged several times until I learned how to not be shit at the game. The secret's actually pretty easy once you figure it out. Just don't die, dumbass. With our big bad defeated, we earn the right to bear witness to the epitome of human emotion.
I should have been the one to fill your dark soul with light!
But hey, we're not done yet. Hell is like exploding or something, so we kinda need to hit the legs. We just need to fight these bad guys that don't seem to know their boss is dead before jumping on the elevator out. All is looking pretty good until the floor crumbles underneath us, the door is blocked, and Mundus is still alive. Isn't that great? While Mundus isn't as difficult here as his main fight, he makes up for it by being genuinely fucking terrifying. For starters, his chest is sprouting a bunch of miniature lava hands that move like they all have independent sentience. It also feels like they keep reproducing the longer the fight goes on, not even to mention the 3 fucking eyeballs that spread to the top, and the bigger lava arms that— oh hey, Trish is back.
Yo.
After a healthy dose of erotic electrical stimulation, we're ready to put this disgusting motherfucker down for good. Now, charge your Devil Trigger and let that shit rip! The finale is a bit of a fever dream. Dante and Trish get a proper reunion, which is very touching. However, the castle is crumbling and all kind of seems lost. You know, until a biplane randomly comes crashing in through the ceiling. And somehow this plane manages to take off after blowing a hole in the wall with the guns it apparently has. We then proceed to fly through these incredibly convenient caves, shooting through columns with a raging inferno trailing right behind us. It's a retro action wet dream. After a fairly short segment that honestly doesn't require you move much if at all, the island explodes and our duo flies off into the clear blue sky. This game is corny as fuck! If you actually stuck around and watched this far, thank you so very much. This is my first time taking this kind of a huge step into content creation, trying to make a big video that I'm really happy with, and this has been the product of several months. So there's definitely things that could have been better. I've learned a lot over the course of making it, but I'm really happy with how it came out. So if you enjoyed, please drop a subscribe, drop a like, whatever, and I hope I can continue to make enjoyable content. I will see you whenever the next one comes.